Listen closely, because this video isn't for everyone. If you're content with being average, if you're comfortable with just blending in and living the same life as everyone else, then stop right now. Close the screen, go back to your regular, predictable existence, and don't waste your time. But if you're someone who's ready to tap into the power of the mind, someone who wants to understand how the greatest manipulators of history shaped the world, then you and I are about to embark on something powerful. This isn't just about history, it's about you taking control of your life, your mindset, and your future. So are you ready to change? Or will you continue to sit on the sidelines pretending nothing can be different for you? Let's dive deep, and I promise you, it's going to transform the way you see everything. Number 1, understanding absolute authority. Commanding respect. Hitler's power originated from his profound sense of absolute authority. His leadership wasn't just about forcing respect, it was built on an unwavering belief in his own destiny and purpose. This belief was so contagious that it radiated from him, influencing others to follow. People didn't just follow him because they were scared. They followed because they believed in his vision and his relentless pursuit of it. His confidence wasn't arrogant, it was total, and it gave him an almost magnetic pull. He set himself apart, not just in action, but in mentality, making others feel compelled to respect him. Now, consider your own approach to leadership. Do you command respect? Are you so convinced of your own purpose that others are naturally drawn to listen to you? If not, this is a powerful lesson. Self-belief is crucial. It's not enough to simply say something is important. Your actions, your decisions, and your energy should reflect an unshakable confidence in what you're doing. When you have complete confidence in your goals, people will follow because they see something in you that they want to believe in. You must own your decisions, even when they're difficult. Your purpose must be clear to others. Lead unapologetically. Number 2, mastering charisma, the power of persuasion. Hitler was a master of persuasion, and one of his most powerful tools was his charisma. His speeches weren't just statements of policy, they were emotional experiences. He knew how to manipulate people's deepest fears, desires, and dreams with the power of his words and his energy. It wasn't just about what he said, it was how he made people feel. His speeches had a rhythm and intensity that captivated millions. Hitler's charm wasn't conventional, it was almost magnetic. He understood that charisma is not just an innate trait, it's a skill that can be developed. Imagine if you had the ability to influence others with nothing but your words and energy. How powerful could that make you? Charisma can't be faked. It's about genuine connection, understanding your audience, and speaking in a way that resonates with them. Charisma is not something you're born with. It's something you cultivate over time. Just like any skill, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. It requires intention and focus. If you want to be persuasive, start by engaging with others authentically, speaking with confidence, and understanding what motivates them. Charisma is not a gift, it's a tool that you can develop if you choose to. Number 3, building an in-group identity, us versus them. One of the darkest aspects of Hitler's leadership was his ability to create a stark divide between us and them. He used this division to rally people around a common identity. By framing an external group or enemy as the cause of societal ills, he convinced his followers that they were part of something greater, a righteous cause fighting against an external enemy. This sense of belonging, this creation of an in-group identity, made people feel special and superior to those outside the group. Now, let's be clear. This us versus them mentality was manipulated for sinister purposes. However, the principle can be applied positively. It's about building a community with a common cause, a shared mission that unites people. You can use this concept to gather like-minded individuals who support your ideas, dreams, or goals. Whether you're creating a business, a movement, or simply a network, having a clear in-group identity fosters loyalty and commitment. People will be more invested when they feel they belong to something larger than themselves. The key is to focus on inclusivity within the group and positivity in your cause, never turning it into an excuse for hate. The strength of a community lies in its unity. Number 4, creating a sense of urgency. Time is your enemy. One of Hitler's most powerful strategies was his ability to create a constant sense of urgency. He portrayed everything as being immediate, crucial, and vital. There was no room for hesitation. This sense of urgency pushed people to act quickly and decisively, often without overthinking the consequences. By framing the world as an urgent battle, he made followers feel that every second mattered. You might think that the world today is different, but the truth is, it's no different at all. The same urgency exists. How often do you procrastinate, waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions? Time waits for no one. In your life, creating urgency is essential to success. Stop waiting for circumstances to change. You must act now, regardless of whether it feels perfect or not. Every moment you waste is a moment lost. The question is, how much longer are you willing to wait before you make your move? If you want to see results, stop making excuses and begin today. Time is your greatest asset, and the moment you act is the moment your life starts to change. Number 5, playing to emotion. The power of fear and hope. Hitler understood that emotions drive human behavior more than logic. He manipulated people by playing on their deepest fears, stirring up anger, resentment, and hopelessness. But he didn't stop there. He also offered hope, presenting himself as the solution to their pain. He created a cycle where his followers were emotionally charged, unsure, and desperate for change, and he provided them with that hope, that sense of salvation. In life, fear and hope are two of the most powerful emotions you can leverage. Fear can drive you away from pain, while hope can propel you towards success. The question is, how do you use these emotions? Are you using fear as a motivator to avoid failure, or are you using hope to push yourself forward? If you want to succeed, you must learn how to harness these emotions in a healthy, constructive way. Use fear to avoid failure, but let hope fuel your ambitions. The key is to channel these emotions effectively, not let them control you. Emotions are tools in your life, not the drivers. Number 6, the power of propaganda. Crafting your message. Hitler's propaganda machine was a masterpiece of psychological manipulation. He understood that repetition was one of the most powerful tools for shaping public perception. By controlling the narrative and repeating key messages over and over, he could influence the thoughts and beliefs of an entire nation. People began to internalize his message, not because it was based on truth, but because they had heard it so many times that it became a part of their worldview. Now, think about your own story. What are you telling yourself every day? What message are you putting out to the world? Your message, whether personal, professional, or social, is a reflection of who you are and how you want others to perceive you. The story you tell defines your identity, your brand, and your reality. You have the ability to shape your life through the words you choose and the ideas you repeat to yourself and others. If you can master this, you can control the narrative of your life. Are you using your words to create the story you want to live? The power to influence how others see you is in your hands, and the key lies in consistently reinforcing your message. Craft it carefully and make it clear. Number 7, embracing sacrifice. Willingness to pay the price. Hitler's followers were willing to sacrifice everything for what they believed in. They were willing to give up their time, their comfort, and even their lives for a higher cause. Hitler made them believe that this sacrifice was not only necessary, but honorable. The same principle applies to anyone striving for success. To achieve great things, there is always a price to pay. Success demands sacrifice. It requires that you give up certain comforts or make tough decisions that may not always be easy or popular. So, what are you willing to sacrifice in your own life to achieve your goals? Are you ready to put in the time and effort, even when it feels uncomfortable? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone and take risks? If you are not prepared to make that sacrifice, then you may never see the results you desire. But if you are willing to sacrifice, to endure hardship, and to stay committed to your cause, then you're on the path to greatness. Every victory comes with its costs. The question is, are you ready to pay the price? Number 8, playing on human weaknesses, manipulating human nature. Hitler was incredibly skilled at understanding human psychology. He knew how to identify weaknesses in people and then exploit them for his own gain. He played on insecurities, fears, and desires by convincing people that they needed him to fulfill their emotional needs. This wasn't done out of empathy, but as a calculated strategy to gain control. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should manipulate people for selfish reasons. However, understanding human nature can give you a distinct advantage in life. We all have weaknesses, areas where we are vulnerable to influence or manipulation. The key is to be aware of these weaknesses in yourself and others, and to understand how they can be used to your advantage without harming anyone in the process. Are you aware of your own weaknesses? Are you using them to push yourself forward, or are you letting them hold you back? The more you understand human nature, the better equipped you will be to navigate life's challenges and to influence situations in your favor. The power lies in awareness and strategic action. Number 9, creating loyalty, the power of charismatic leadership. One of the strongest elements of Hitler's leadership was the loyalty he inspired in his followers. This loyalty wasn't just based on fear. It was deeply rooted in the emotional bond he created. He made his followers feel like they were part of something larger than themselves, something meaningful and important. When people feel like they belong to a cause, they become fiercely loyal to it and its leader. Now, ask yourself, how loyal are your followers, your friends, your family? What type of leader are you? Loyalty is not something that can be demanded. It has to be earned. To inspire loyalty in others, you must first believe in your mission and your cause. You must show others why it matters and why they should care. If you want people to follow you, whether in business, life, or relationships, you must lead with passion and conviction. When people see that you believe in what you're doing, they will be more likely to follow you. You can be that leader, but it takes commitment, authenticity, and a clear vision. Number 10, the power of fear, using it to your advantage. Fear can be an incredibly powerful tool. Hitler used fear to control and manipulate his followers, keeping them in a state of constant anxiety and urgency. However, fear doesn't always have to be used to control others. It can be used to motivate yourself as well. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of missing out. These fears can paralyze you or push you toward greatness. The key is how you use it. Are you afraid of failure? Of rejection? Of the unknown? Good. These fears can be powerful motivators. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, let it drive you to work harder, to be better, and to achieve more. Fear doesn't have to hold you back. It can push you forward if you learn to use it. The most successful people in the world often have the same fears as everyone else, but they use them as fuel rather than letting them control them. The key is not to run from fear, but to embrace it and make it work for you. Fear doesn't define you. It can refine you if you let it. Number 11, the power of legacy, leaving a mark on the world. Hitler, for all his dark influence, understood the concept of legacy. He may have left a destructive mark on history, but he certainly left one. Legacy is about what you leave behind after you're gone, how you're remembered, and the impact you've made on the world. The question is, what will your legacy be? Do you think about what kind of mark you want to leave? Every person has the potential to leave a lasting impact, but only if they act intentionally. If you want to leave a positive legacy, you must start now. Stop waiting for permission, stop doubting yourself, and begin building the future you want to be remembered for. Every choice you make today shapes the legacy you will leave tomorrow. Don't wait until it's too late to start making a difference. The legacy you build is a reflection of the life you choose to live. Will you create a legacy that others admire and that brings value to the world? Here's the undeniable truth. Everything you do from this moment forward will shape your future. If you're still watching, you're not like everyone else. You're different. You're someone who recognizes that there's more to life than just blending in with the crowd. You have the potential to break free from the mediocrity that holds most people back, but only if you choose to apply the strategies you've learned. You see, success doesn't come to those who are content with the status quo. It comes to those who dare to be different, to challenge the norms, and to take control of their own destiny. The real question is, will you continue to follow the same tired path as everyone else, or will you step up and lead, carving out your own success story? The choice is yours, but I'm telling you, the time for change is now. If you're ready to dive deeper into mastering dark psychology and manipulation to truly understand how to control troll situations and people, then check out this exclusive playlist. It's packed with powerful tools and techniques that will transform the way you think, act, and lead. Stop waiting for the right moment, because that moment is now. Start mastering these skills and take command of your life today.